Collapse rescue mission back underway tonight after being paused for much of the day over concerns about part of the Champlain Tower South that is still standing.
Police now identifying 80-year-old Magali Delgado as one of the victims recovered yesterday. The death toll stands at 18.
Somber moments as President Biden wrapped up his trip to Surfside with an unplanned visit to the growing memorial dedicated to the collapse victims.
And chilling new video obtained from the night of the collapse. Survivors heard stuck and screaming for help.
Officials now talking about a planned demolition of the building.
We have live team coverage beginning with Local 10's Roy Ramos at the command center. Roy.
Nicole and Louie, in a search and rescue effort of this magnitude and with so many people still missing, time is of the essence. So you can only imagine what the families of the victims were going through when they heard that search was suspended. But an expert that we got a chance to speak with said that suspension was necessary for the safety of the crews out here. New video just obtained by Local 10 showing the moments seconds after the catastrophic collapse in Surfside. A young man still trapped beneath heavy slabs of concrete as first responders work to pull him from the rubble. 8 days later, the search continues.
Operations resumed at 4:45.
Thursday, a pause of more than 14 hours of search and rescue operations, a search for 145 people still missing.
At this time, rescue squads will be working in 3 of the 9 grids.
Overnight search efforts forced to a standstill after structural engineers and their monitoring systems detected movement of 6 to 12 inches high above rescue crews just after 2 in the morning. For the safety of those teams, the search was suspended.
The building itself had not moved. However, debris in the pile below the building, as well as debris on the building of significant size, had displaced.
At 4:45 Thursday evening, operations resumed.
We will continue to search feverishly, as we have done all along, in the parts of the collapse that we currently have access to.
Right now, we're in a position where we feel it is safe to continue the operations as we've done so, and that monitoring will continue indefinitely until the operations are complete.
The victims pulled from the rubble standing at 18, but with this towering structure severely damaged, plans to demolish what is left of the Champlain Tower South is now something officials are considering for the safety of the crews down below.
Any demolition process takes time to evaluate the current conditions, the planning for the demolition scheme, and then the actual on-site preparations for the demo. So best case scenario, we're looking at weeks.
And when we got a chance to speak with that structural engineer, he added that more equipment would be added along with more sensors to be able to monitor that portion of the building that does remain standing. As for the demolition process, as you heard right there, that could take several weeks. As we gather more details on that, we will be sure to let you know. For now, here on Miami Beach, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
Thank you, Roy. President Biden making a stop in Surfside today, visiting the memorial dedicated to the victims of the collapse. The First Lady placing flowers at the wall. The president thanked first responders and met with the families of those affected by the tragedy.
It was a very emotional day. Local 10's Janine Stanwood is live with more on the president's message. Janine.
The message was of hope and empathy with the promise of resources.
President Joe Biden visited a memorial wall near the collapse site, adorned with flowers and photos of people who died or are still missing. The First Lady setting a bouquet near the others.
I just wanted to come down and say thanks.
It capped off a day spending time thanking first responders, including the battalion chief of Task Force 1.
What's your name?
And meeting at the St. Regis Hotel in Bal Harbor with families grappling with unbearable loss.
He went around, which kind of amazed me, to every table and every person. And I'm not exaggerating this. Everyone.
The whole nation is mourning with these families. They see it every day on television. They're going through hell.
Earlier in the day, the president huddled with the governor, Miami-Dade County's mayor, and others.
I think I have the power, and we'll know shortly, that to be able to pick up 100% of the costs for the county and the state over the first 30 days.
Vowing the federal government will cover all search and rescue costs for the first 30 days.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, and you recognize the the severity of this tragedy from day one.
Biden also expressed concern about the stability of what's left of the building, knowing search and rescue efforts had to temporarily stop.
We need to determine if it's safe for first responders to return to the site.
By the time he and the First Lady boarded Air Force One to leave South Florida, officials said the site was deemed safe enough for work to resume.
In fact, the search continues tonight, as my colleague Roy Ramos said, but it's now in a smaller area. The president has also said that 500 FEMA workers are on their way, and the State Department is expediting visas for families living abroad. We're in Surfside. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
Janine, thank you. And tonight we're also hearing from some of the first officers to arrive on scene of the Champlain Towers collapse. Local
10's Christian De La Rosa is live with what those Surfside officers saw. Christian.
Quite a testimony from these officers who were there before any other search and rescue team. Tonight you get to meet them. These Surfside officers were the first responders. The initial call came in as a fire alarm. It took them 1 minute to respond.
All I seen was debris everywhere. I was looking for anybody in that debris on the south side of the building. There was nobody there. There's nobody. And at that moment, it was just a complete shock.
Officer Craig Lovellette says he could hear survivors crying.
Shining the light up there, I could see children waving, and I shined the light on myself, waved to the kid, you know, and just to let him know that we were there for him.
Officer Joe Matthew was working dispatch, taking hundreds of calls from people like Cassandra Stratton's husband, who was on the phone with her moments before the catastrophe.
He kept calling me. He's like, I'm like, Michael, I don't know what to do. I'm going to call me every 20 minutes. And he did.
I just wanted to come down and say thanks.
Thursday, these officers, along with other law enforcement and search and rescue teams, were greeted by President Joe Biden.
It was just, there's no words to describe it. The amount of support that he showed was, we felt it.
Right, you felt it.
Yeah, we felt it.
And we're reminded these officers are human when they tell us they have yet to really process what they witnessed that night. We're live in Surfside. I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
It does take a heavy toll. Thank you, Christian. And now to a moving vigil in Weston, a community gathering in honor of a beloved store owner.
Angela Velasquez and her husband and her daughter are among the 145 people still unaccounted for since the collapse. Local 10's Joseph Ojo has this story from Weston.
And it has been a week since David Velasquez made any contact with his mother, father, and sister, but he is not losing hope that he will be reunited with them after the building they were in collapsed. David Velasquez describing his family.
Very joyous. We laughed a lot.
His sister Teresa, along with his mother and father, Angela and Julio Velasquez, were inside of the Champlain South Towers when it collapsed, and now they are believed to be inside of the rubble.
My mother loved this town.
At the Weston Town Center Thursday night, over 100 people gathered for a candlelight vigil outside of Fiorelli, considered a staple for 20 years in the Weston community.
I wanted to tell you that, I wanted to tell my sister, look how many people love you. Look how many people are here.
It's with heavy heart we're here this evening, but it's also with hopeful heart.
Religious leaders from all walks of faith saying prayers for the victims of the Surfside building collapse.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
And for the more than 140 people who are still missing.
I'm not ready to eulogize my family yet. There's still hope. There's still hope for a lot of people that are looking and hoping that they'll find their families, that they'll be able to be reunited.
And if you would like to help the Velasquez family, we do have a GoFundMe page that the family has set up on our website, local10.com. We're in Weston. I'm Joseph Ojo, Local 10 News.
5 members of another family are also among those still unaccounted for since the collapse. 48-year-old Graciela Cararossi and her 7-year-old daughter Estela were living with Graciela's parents in apartment 501 in Champlain South. Also in that home was Graciela's sister, Andrea, who was visiting from Argentina. Their friend, Mariela Porras, is holding out hope as the search continues.
It hurts my heart to think that this happened to them. I feel so deeply for her family. I cannot imagine, having no knowledge of where your 5 members are.
A GoFundMe has been set up to help the family, and you can find it on local10.com. Well, Local 10 is staying on top of the condo collapse with the latest on the investigation, the concerns, and of course, all of the victims. Stay with us on air and online for continuing coverage.